Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, Vibing After Dark, _ with Mo. And if you're new to my channel, how about hit that subscribe button? And if you're a returning subscriber, how about sending it to a family or a friend so they can vibe out with us? And please, 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 please make sure y'all like this video. That helps out a lot, and thanks in advance. Okay, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are going to be talking about Steve Harvey's response to Katt Williams and the things that Katt Williams have said. And also, we're going to talk about Corey Holcomb. Back in the day, he had some words to say about Steve Harvey. And it kind of backs up some of what Katt Williams was saying in today's interview that he did with Shannon Sharpe on the Shay Shay Club. Okay, so let's jump straight into the video. Now, everybody done probably already seen this interview with Katt Williams and Shannon Sharpe. Now, if you haven't, go take a look at it. And I'm sure if you're watching this video, you have seen it because they are sitting at a whopping 36 million views. And they keep breaking this one video down into different parts, and it's still doing well. But anyways, since the video had came out, it's so much of stuff like resurfacing everything like from the past of what Steve Harvey said about Katt Williams, things that Katt Williams said, old comedy shows when they did a battle. You got Corey Holcomb coming out saying things from back in the day, that how he felt about it. And you got Steve Harvey response back now. So I'm going to play y'all some of that. But first I want to get into this Corey Holcomb thing. Now, I want to play y'all that when they was talking about how Steve Harvey's attitude was horrible. And y'all remember when Katt Williams said that when Steve Harvey was wearing the high top fade, it was a lace front. Now, I'm not sure whether it was a lace front or not because I'm not in that man's head. But here's Corey Holcomb's story of the bald spot that he's seen in his head. So maybe he had a lace front on. And then I'm going to also play y'all Steve Harvey timeline of events when he cut his hair. And why?
Baby, you ain't got no who fuck cause you a man. Fuck with you cause of paper. Everybody around you with you cause of paper.
I will say Steve Harvey had a terrible attitude when I met him. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like, hey, thanks for coming down and speaking to the kids.
Wow, even at that
it was just kind of like, okay, you did your thing, leave.
I know this a little bit.
You know, he is somewhat arrogant, but
it's not arrogance, it's actually
he's an ass
insecurity.
Whatever.
And some people who insecure act like they arrogant, but really, I saw you on Def Comedy Jam with the hole in the back of your head.
Shit.
You had the hole in the back of your head. All this hair was gone. Then all of a sudden,
I got a hole in my head.
You need another, like you need a hole in your head. Phil Harvey.
But I will say, look, Steve Harvey is not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Jim Brown ain't perfect.
Yarmulke.
A skin yarmulke? D just said that?
D be coming in with the killers, dog. D got that.
But I see that on people like say, oh, look, got it. Oh no,
that's skin.
It looks like one from far away, and then you get up close, and it's their skin. It's just
no. This any been around Steve Harvey? Ask him, is he? One day I did this radio interview last year, and that said something. He was, you know, it was the Steve Harvey morning show, and so I didn't know he was on the radio because he didn't. Then you know we did the interview. I did it with some lady, and then after that he was like, he didn't speak to me. And I was like, I didn't know, is that Steve Harvey? I didn't know he was on there. And then they cut it off because I was finna get him.
I just
Nigga, I know you ain't talking shit about me. You played like a buster when I was a new jack and cut my time to 5 minutes. I've been wanting to let you have it for the, I ain't Katt. Katt was nice to you. And Katt really wasn't nice when he tore him up in Detroit. That show. Yeah, you know they had a Steve Harvey versus Katt Williams, and Katt ate it up.
Right.
Okay, so y'all heard what they had to say. So here's the little clip of Steve Harvey saying when he cut his hair and when he had hair and why he cut his hair.
1986. He cut my hair for $10. I remembered him. When I got on TV, I had hired. I was getting my hair cut 4 times a week. For television and touring. I paid him $1,500 each time. He was making $6,000 a week. I cut my hair off. We had to put him on suicide watch for a little while. I paid him a chunk of money for being with me all these years. Gave him told him, good luck. Guess what this? He got 4 salons, and he owned 2 barber colleges. You know what this dude make now? $3.6 million a year.
Okay, so that's that on that. Now I want to just play y'all Steve Harvey addressing Katt Williams like 15 years ago between the beef that they had back then. So it's always been something between these two. So I want to play y'all that right quick.
Always been on tour with some real monsters, man. I toured with the Kings. You know, I've been on stage with Sid, DL, and Bernie Mac at the same time. It's always been a camaraderie. Right. You know what I mean? We're going out here to give the people the best show we can give them. And that's the way we've always promoted comedy shows. Now, you know, to turn this into some type of little beef, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't how I do. Now, you know, I done heard all of the YouTubes and I done heard all the interviews and all like that. But that ain't got nothing to do with me. So this here little beef thing that everybody wanna start, cause you wanna make a name for yourself. That's cool, do you. You ain't gonna do it right here though. You ain't gonna build no reputation on Steve Harvey. So I've been doing this a long time. So now, whatever you gonna do is cool. Just do you. You do you. So I have nothing to prove. All I got to do is keep being Steve Harvey that he been for over 20 years. Yeah. Or walking out there on stage. Yeah. And bringing that sunshine. Yeah. I'm gonna bring it. But you know, when you hear all the chatter, you know, it kind of, you go.
So it kind of hit you? Kind of like,
I mean, it was a little unexpected? For what? Yeah. For what? But you know, like I always
say. And we love you.
Bro, look here.
We love you.
Little dogs bark the most. Okay now. But now, please understand that a Rottweiler that got off the plane last night in Detroit. See, here's what my father taught me. The reason I ain't been coming into town getting all of this back and forth. Yeah. This is what my father told me a long time ago. Dogs don't bark at parked cars. You understand? They only bark at a car that's moving. But now when you run your little ass over there and you and the car stop, you got to get right back up on your porch. Because that car now, the car might start up again. Don't get your little tail mashed. But you know, it's like this though, Frank. You know, I always been real cool with Katt. You know, it should have been like this. You know, if you gonna take that angle, what you should have did was call your boy up and say, "Hey, man, look, I'm just gonna be selling some tickets. This how I'm gonna do it." Yeah. You know, but let me know, because if you're gonna use my name as the stepping stone, so you can, like he say, try to prove that he number one. Right. I took my family on vacation. You know, I was out with my kids playing and stuff. You know, we've been hanging out. I come back. All this stuff on YouTube, all these interviews over Detroit, all these radio stations. I got family up here, friends. Yeah. You know, Steve, man, when you gonna say something? I don't gotta say nothing. I am the original Kings of Comedy. And I can go with that right there. Right. Now, until you done sold them kind of tickets, move them numbers, and you done been on the stage with some more gorillas. See, it's cool when you been the only gorilla on stage. Yeah. But I've been on stage with more gorillas. When you've been the only giant on the stage, and you got to share a stage with another giant, there should be a sense of humility about that. There should be a sense of respect. And right now, it just ain't no respect. You understand?
Okay, so here comes the battle that Steve Harvey and Cory was talking about in Detroit that Katt Williams and Steve Harvey did.
Steve Harvey one time. Give it up for Steve Harvey. He's an excellent comedian. One of the finest we've ever had. But he don't want no parts of this in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This is some other. I don't know why he came out here with all this money you don't spend on tickets and talked about a lady in the audience for $15. That nigga should have talked about me the way I've been to talk about his bitch man. I'm a fucking World Championship, my nigga. You did. You see, to take off that lace front high top fade before he came out here to battle me, goddamn. I played.
Okay, so this is the part where Katt Williams was talking about him wearing a man unit.
Same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. And it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good, baby, and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Katt Williams in there.
I don't know, Katt. We might not let you drink anymore the way I mean, we ain't even got.
I'm not fueled by alcohol. I've had a sip, less than you. The truth don't need motivation. I'm just saying I can't let these dudes lie. This is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey wasn't never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that? You told us it was her. Then you went and married somebody else that think like a man. Like, what are you talking about? They think they can rewrite history. Guy Cory did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made all lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. You mean to tell me if Steve Harvey, your favorite comedian, you mean you've been waiting for him to do stand-up for 15 years now?
I mean, Steve got a lot of other
DL's still out there. None of those irons matter to stand up. Who cares that they wrote a placard for you to do Family Feud on? Like, you're successful because we're surprised you can talk for a living and it's entertaining that you're gonna say some funny country things. But not a writer.
Do you consider yourself a king of comedy? Where does Katt?
No, they consider that. Like when after Bernie left, them same 3 guys I'm telling you about, the kings.
Yeah.
Right? Because DL is the greatest.
Yeah.
There's no DL slander gets tolerated. But they came to me. I was supposed to be the 4th king. I got the offer.
Then what happened?
But I turned it down.
Why?
Because you shit on Bernie. And I know the truth. You think I'm gonna let you shit on Bernie and then come get me? I'm the next king? Fuck you. Why? Because the whole time Bernie was here, you was acting like you was funnier than him. The reason you was supposed to go last is because it was your tour. Tell the truth. It was Steve's tour. Not it was going to be called the Kings of Comedy. It was Steve's tour. These are the guys opening for him. Of course you got to close if it's your tour. That's why it was such a big deal. But you couldn't do it because you can't beat the best. And until you humble yourself, you will forever be kinged by the king. And because you finally did it, because you had no other choice, and now that he gone, you gonna act like he wanted to be a movie star. You stop it. You stop it. That man was funnier than all of y'all, and y'all thought y'all had one over on him. You thought he was black and ugly, and you were good looking, and he couldn't make it because you did. And that ain't the way comedy works.
Okay, so y'all heard all that. So here's Steve Harvey's response to Katt Williams once again.
There is no progress without opposition. Sometimes the opposition comes from the most unsuspecting places. The devil is evil. He don't fight fair. This thing in life, that's not fair what they saying about me. That's not fair what they doing about me. It wasn't fair how they did Jesus, but they did it anyway. You are not going to get away through this thing called life without opposition. Be careful when you hear something that's laid out to be the truth. And because the person that's telling you what they say is true is speaking eloquently, don't be deceived by that. There are some people who know how to lie so well. They know how to sprinkle in just enough truth and wrap it inside their lies Boy, they got you thinking that somebody telling the truth. You can't be righteous and negative at the same time. Righteous people do righteous things. Godly people do godly things. If a person you are talking to is talking ungodly, stop when they try to tell you they are from God and of God, because that ain't the truth. The voice of God does not have sin in it. When you are listening to anybody that's trying to make you think that they anti-Illuminati or any of this, be very careful, because God's voice does not have sin in it. If you are of God, speaking from God, you will not do anything that's ungodly, period.
Okay, you guys, so that's all I have for y'all in this video right here. But y'all, it's so many videos out now with like all the people he's talking about, things that they said, things that people said about them too. So if y'all want me to do more videos about this whole Katt Williams situation, y'all let me know in the comment section and I will get on it. But I know most of you guys are Chrisean fans, and Chrisean ain't really talking about nothing right now. So that's why I like to do a little bit of everybody. So like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think about it all in the comment section below. I do comment back, and I catch you guys on the next video. Bye.